Hey guys, it's Godbars here, the self-proclaimed hip-hop historian, and this is the 432nd episode of my series, where I grab a vinyl from my collection, talk about why I love it, what influence it has, and what its place is in the grand scheme of hip-hop. So I've actually had this record in the tank for a good year or two at this point, but I put it off for a while because I've always viewed it as a somewhat contentious debut, and I wasn't quite sure how people out there would resonate with it. However, the further I get into this channel, the more I realize that many of the videos I think are gonna blow up get little to no views, while an album that I'm really not thinking too much of may end up resulting in one of my most viewed videos. And even putting all that aside, I actually enjoy the LP we're discussing today quite a bit. It's more that I've seen various videos and posts online that denounce the debut album from Fugees' 1994's Blunted on Reality. I'm actually really interested to see how you guys feel about this breakout full-length, because it's another case where my perception is probably skewed, since a while back I remember seeing Salam Remy, an old-school, pretty valid producer who even worked on this album, and I believe the score as well. But either way, he had an extended but calm and rational stance on how this was one of, if not the worst debuts in hip-hop. I may be exaggerating that slightly, but I really do believe it was something on that level. And his reasoning was basically that Lauren, Wyclef, and Pras hadn't developed their own sound yet, and they were just emulating what all the popular New York MCs were doing at the time. Though obviously once their massive 1996 sophomore album, The Score, came around, it was a completely different story, and I'll leave a link to my review for that classic down below in the description. Now, just to be clear, I'm not saying I agree with the notion that Blunted on Reality is totally stripped of originality, let alone good content. I'm just relaying a take that I heard a couple years back that stuck with me, and I just never really knew enough about the nuance between New Jersey and New York hip-hop in the early to mid-90s to endorse or dispute it. While you could never really just give a project classic status because it has one or two awesome songs, I think part of the reason it was so shocking to see a pretty respectable inside voice put down this LP so much is because even if you remove the quality singles that came with the album, the remix for Nappy Heads is so timeless and iconic that I would say it could compare to just about any track on the score. While everyone knows Lauren was the standout lyricist and MC of the Fugees, I still want to share the opening section from Wyclef on this thing, because it's easily one of my all-time favorite performances of his. And he kicks off the first verse rapping, "You want a battle swing, I bring, commanding men like I was king. In all your dreams I write the horror flick of Stephen King. Cling to false, also those papers say ock. I got tired of the fat lady, so I sing to my own opera. Balling, balling, balling to the man de rock, cause I love thee. If you live by the sword, you will die by the gun. Cause all guys tell lies and more girls commit sin. I was ordered to code red, but now I'm chillin' with a few good men. Assassination on the kid from the Capitol. I never played the soap opera, but now I'm in General Hospital. Condition critical, spirit over who's the physical. So if I die, catch me at the funeral. I'll fly away. Oh glory, with a mic in my hand to a land where only God knows me, and the angels write raps on holy paper. I said I'm looking for Jesus, he said take the escalator, one flight up, it's guaranteed he'll be there. My sister'd be there, my mother'd be there, so... Of course I have to share some bars from Miss Lauren herself, who arguably outdoes both Wyclef and Pras once again here. Starting off the second verse of the remix, rapping, "I don't puff blunts, so I always got my breath. Never had to battle with a bulletproof vest. They call me cockweasel, but I still cave a chest. I don't wear jerry curls cause I'm not from the West. No disrespect to the West, true indeed. I rock it to the East. The East is the seed. To see that them days back. Ya sheepskins and hot tracks, peace to Mr. Magic. Things are getting tragic. Now we on some new stuff. I never feared the Ku Klux. My own clan is acting up. I blame it on the Philly blunt. What you gonna do? Kids are acting ooh. Hill is getting badder. You'll raise the corporate ladder, Mr. Three-Piece Suit. Check the square roots, gerbos and Timberland boots. Nah, that's the serpents, and no, don't call me toots. I got a head full of problems and a handful of nappy roots. I feel a Jones coming down, yo I. As I mentioned earlier, Salam Remy was one of the names involved in the production for Blunted on Reality, which is probably why he didn't see an issue with being so candid about his disdain for the beats and sound here, but he was joined by a few other talented affiliates, including Khalis Bayan, Brand X, Stephen Walker, Rashad, Muhammad, as well as Pros and Wyclef Jean themselves. This was kind of a strange case in terms of guest appearances, as the only one I could find listed is Mad Spida. However, there are a number of uncredited features on the track shoutouts from the block. I just couldn't find any additional information about them. When it comes to my honorable mentions for this one that didn't quite make the final cut, I have tracks like Recharge, Vocab, Boof Bath, Temple, Some Seek Stardom, Giggles, Refugees on the Mic, and Living Like There Ain't No Tomorrow. Then for my overall top 3 favorites, I would have to go with Nappy Head's Blunted Interlude and the Nappy Heads remix. Thank you for watching my 432nd video. Next up, we have another project that's somewhat hit or miss with fans, so check in for that one, and if you enjoyed, be sure to like, subscribe, and let me know what your favorite moments off this divisive debut are. Don't forget to have a great day, and I'll see you next time, okay? Alright.